What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. We're back at Dealer Auto Auction here in Oklahoma City for another walk around and some test drives. Let's jump into this video today. Let's see what we find. All right, so here's a 2014 CTS-V, and I've had so many of you tell me that this car is actually pretty epic. I didn't give it a chance last week, mainly because, number one, at the time I didn't even realize what it was. Next, when I did realize what it was, I also realized it had so much damage. This is one I'm extremely leery of. There is bodywork all over this car that you can see if you get up close to it and really, really focus on it. You can see waves that don't make sense. You can see trash in the paint. None of this is factory, and I don't know why. I'm certain that it had pretty significant hail damage. There's Bondo cracking. The paint is cracking all over the whole car. But there's also, there's things over here that don't look right. All right, along with the orange peel that's not factory. This car has had a lot of Bondo work and paint work. And you get over to the front bumper and it's ripped. It's pitted on the front. There's a splitter under here, completely missing, broken and gone. This bumper is not hanging on the best, but aside from all of that and tires that don't look the great, I don't know. You guys seemed to really like the car, and I'll be honest with you, the interior of the car, I actually really do like it. I love the color. It smells different. It's got 120,000 miles on the odometer. I believe this is a 3.6 liter, but this is a twin turbo 3.6, which I have never experienced one of these. So if it's got gas, I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take this one out for a spin. There's that engine. I'm telling you right now, I sure don't want to work on that. I don't want to work on that. So hopefully it doesn't need anything other than just to be driven. Yeah, I'll give it a shot because I've never driven one and it's obviously still here. This is a repossession and it's been here since July 25th. Wow. It is currently September 20th, Wednesday, September 20th. So it's been here for a couple months and I guess they haven't let it go yet. I mean, it runs great. Do we have a check engine light on or anything? Let's see, we've got adaptive headlight issues, TPMS issues, and it looks like that's about it. Can we turn on some air conditioning? Some ventilated seats would be nice. All right, AC is on. And what mode should we put this in? Yeah, change oil, all that good stuff. What buttons do you push? There we go, low fuel, lovely. I don't even know what I'm pushing here. I don't think any of these are doing me any good. Okay. Well, as far as the gas goes, it looks like it's completely out. So we might not want to go very far in this. Let's turn the mode over to, let's do a track. Oh, there we go. Track mode seems like the right mode to be in. Air conditioning, I can't even tell if this is working or not. Oh, the shade is broken. Oh man, see, I didn't see that. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. We'll take it for a quick ride, but oh, it didn't want to shift either. Into gear, something's off down there. This thing has been rode hard and put away wet. That is for sure. Well, it moves. It moves, that's for sure. I don't know if I want to take it all the way to the test track though, guys. Like, it is out of gas. I couldn't imagine running out of fuel out here and having to be like, hey, I'm stupid. I took your car with no gas and took it out to the test track. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna risk it. We can move it around in the parking lot here, you know, and that's fine. God, wow. This thing actually is kind of impressive, guys. I didn't expect that. It moves. I didn't even get on it, and it moves. It is in such bad shape though. It's so rough. Those air conditioned seats, we'll see if they work. I thought I turned them on, but maybe I didn't. We don't have any check engine lights on, but there's this smell. I don't know what it is. And you can look at this. Do you see? Can you see that? And it's almost black, like, it almost looks like smoke or soot from a fire. I think it is. Let's turn this off. Okay, yeah, it is. That's soot from where it looks like the dashboard either caught on fire or melted. I really want to like this car. I really do. And if it was in better shape, I would. The reason it's probably been here for months is because nobody's going to pay what they're asking for it. The hidden damage under this paint, there's a lot of it, guys. And I don't know if it's hail or if it's from an accident, but there's a lot of damage. The front bumper's trash. It's missing lug nuts. The tires are bad. There's so much. And you can see right here, the dashboard is like melted. It could just be from the sun, but it's like it melted, and the smoke from it melting went up the windshield and left this stain all over it. I do like this car, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed. Just going up the street and back, yeah, I didn't realize what this was. So thank you to all of you that pointed out that, hey, it's actually a pretty special car. But again, you'll notice there's cracking here in this quarter as well. The bumper doesn't fit. Look at the gap here. Look at the gaps here. It's all bad, guys. This car is hiding so much. Oh, wow. Yeah, see, somebody was looking in here to try to see the damage, because obviously people that are looking at this aren't stupid. They know there's something wrong with it. I'm no fool. So we're gonna walk away from that one, guys. But I do appreciate all of you for pointing out that this is kind of a special car. All right, we're not looking at the Ford. I promise, we're not looking at the Ford. Man, some of you have really gotten on me about the trucks. And I do apologize if I've been a little heavy on the trucks lately. I'll work on doing less truck content. Yes. Oh, I really just said I'd work on the truck content, and then this thing pops up out of the blue. This one's probably already sold, and to be quite honest with you, this is just like the one that I looked at Copart. It's a limited, I think, or was the one at Copart a platinum? I can't remember. The one at Copart to me just looked like it needed a bed. You throw a bed on it, you'd be good to go. This interesting. It looks like it's rained inside this truck for days. Look at the, what is all this everywhere? And look, it's all over the interior too. And right here, that's mud. That's mud and dirt from rain. So this thing had apparently at some point had the windows left down, and it poured in it. It's not bad though. It's not. I'm really kind of digging these, and I've had so many of you. Oh, great. Well, there you go. No truck content today. So many of you have told me that if it's between a Nissan Titan and a Toyota Tundra, so many of you, like overwhelming numbers, have said the Tundra is the better truck. And I just don't know, because I've never had either one of them, but I always appreciate your input. Let's continue on, because cars are kind of sporadic out here. I see what looks like an interesting little hybrid over here, and I'm willing to go take a look at that real quick. Little Hyundai. I like a little Hyundai. It's blue drive. So what is this? Is this an Ioniq? It is. I had one of these back in the day. This is a 2019 with 125,000 miles on the odometer. This is not a repossession. This is from a dealer. And, well, you just got to know what to look for out here, okay? I'm not gonna say too much, but I will say this, and it's important for you guys to also understand that the auction is not here to know everything that somebody did to a car. Okay, they go through so many cars, you know, get them in, they do the best inspection that they can, they look them over, and they post them up and they're ready to go for sale. So it's not their job to go through and, you know, try to measure paint depthness. And this one, I can already tell you what it's here for. There is a dealer that came up to me. He approached me, I don't know, 8-9 months ago, and he told me that he's got his entire business is buying newer cars, and I'm pretty sure this is from him. He specializes in Hyundais and Kias. He buys them wrecked or with hail damage, whatever the case may be. He'll buy them. He says that he throws them together as cheap as possible. He's got a place out here that'll toss them together, slap some paint and Bondo on it, make it look decent, and then he sends it to auction. Not just this auction, he uses other auctions as well, but he sends them to auction, and then he makes a ton of money. According to him, he makes an absolute killing sending these crashed and hail damaged cars to auction, just throwing a little bit of body and paint work on them. Well, this one I know why it's here, because you can see the shortcuts that we're taking. The car itself looks good. All right, the gaps look good. It really does. It looks good. The paint seems to match pretty well from what I can see. But what I also see is a lot of hail damage on these belts. Yeah, that's a lot of hail damage, guys. This car is a hail car. There's even a little bit of rust. There's pitting underneath the paint and rust coming through right there. So this is a car that has been probably skimmed over with Bondo, some paint shot back on it, and down the road it goes. Now, I don't know, is that a bad thing? I don't know. For me personally, this is not something that I would buy, because I don't know the quality of the repairs. I don't know what's hiding underneath. You know, was the prep work done right? Because if it wasn't, you know, it could be a year, it could be 2 years between the heat cycles, hot, cold, summer and winter. That Bondo could start cracking, and next thing you got paint just literally, you're driving down the road and paint is flying off the car. You go through a car wash, and when you come out, your car's primer gray. You know what? I don't think I'd risk it. I don't. Overall, the car looks good, though. The rest of the car looks good, but I can see from the hail damage on those belts that I know exactly what this car is here for. Yeah. You know, somebody got it hail damaged, and, you know, they touched it up, and they sent it back on down the road. And, you know, to each their own. That's fine, whatever. We're all grown-ups here. It's each one of us has a responsibility when we're buying cars to check them out, to look them over for ourselves. And if you buy a car without looking at it, well, you know, I know I do it all the time, but I know that by doing that, I expect the worst. And sometimes I get killer deals. But again, it's one of those things where if this was like, I was buying these cars for retail because I had to make a living, I would be so cautious buying each and every car. But since I do this for YouTube, it's not the same. Even for YouTube, you'll see me come out here and really check these cars out, because I don't want to buy something that's a dud, and I sure don't want to pass on a dud to some unsuspecting customer watching my videos. So let's continue on and see what else we find. These are probably repos. I'd be willing to bet money these are repos. This has been here so long you can't even see the name Chrysler Capital. You can't even see the name on it anymore. Yep. This is a dealer car. Probably not a new car. It's probably something that that a dealer just has to get rid of. And oh no. You know what? This isn't even in the sale. Maybe this is already sold. Oh, look at the pitting on that hood. Wow. Yeah, this one's got some miles on it. I don't know what these cars are. Oh, wow. What is all over the dash? Ooh, the dash is melted. Wow. You see all the waves in that dash? The dash literally melted in this. No, but I did see something that I wanted to look at. Here it is right here. 2008, I know. You guys are going to get on to me for this, but how about this? A Land Rover LR3. This is another dealer, and that means you just need to check these things out very well. You really need to look at these, because these are not the new car dealer trades. All right, these are used dealers and wholesale dealers that are sending them to auction. You have to wonder, you know, maybe they just got a good deal on this buying directly from a new car dealership or a used car dealership. You know, that happens all the time. Or it's something that they purchased and realized, oops, this is going to need a lot of work, and they sent it to auction to unload it. So, you know, it's just something to be mindful of when you see that these cars are coming from traditional used car dealerships. Oh wow, that sounded great. That didn't sound good at all, guys. That was really bad. All right, let's turn on the air conditioning. We'll start with the AC. See how that works. What is this? We have ride height problems apparently. Let's close this door real quick because I think the door has to be closed for the suspension to go up. At least it's that way in some of these program modes. Let's see if we can no. Get out of here. Okay, let's see. Oh, programs, system fault. Programs are unavailable. Uh-oh. Hey, it won't do anything. It will not rise, it will not lower, it will not go into different modes. It is just it's stuck like Chuck. The air conditioning works, but that's not going to do you a whole lot of good because you can't drive this like this. You cannot drive this like this. The entire suspension is just, it's dead, man. Look at that. You ain't going nowhere like that. Okay. Well, made quick work of this one. So this is probably one that's here because it is very, very broken. It's probably going to cost a lot of money to fix, and the dealer was like, not going to happen. Send it to auction and let somebody else deal with it. Let's see what else we have. I do like these. I don't think any of these are in the auction, guys. I'm not interested in that one at all. Let's move up this way, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys another Lexus because so many of you got on to me last week about this black Lexus. You wanted to see it, and I haven't shown it because Monkey Wrench Mike actually did a video of this on his own, and I didn't want to get in the middle of his video, you know, take away from his views. But I think it's been a month or more since he filmed this, so I'm gonna say it's probably safe to go ahead and show this now. This is a big Lexus, and honestly, I'll be surprised if it even has juice today. It's probably dead as a doornail. It's got hail damage all over it, which I don't recall seeing last time. I don't remember it having this much hail damage, if any at all. So it's an LX 470. It is from a local dealer. So again, that's a little concerning. The seats, you know, it's pretty tore up. Oh man, somebody left the ignition on. Yep. I'm having all the luck today, guys. I'm having all of the luck today. Well, guess we're not going to be looking at the Lexus either. Not interested in the Volvo, but I could take a look at this Ford. I'm kidding. We're not going to take a look at this Ford either. They've got an Avalanche up the road here. Now we're getting into trade-ins. All right. So most of the stuff that we've looked at until now have been dealers unloading their own vehicles and repossessions. But now we're getting to the point where we're finally into cars that have been traded in, I think. Let's take a look and see where some of these are coming from. Play 2 Remarketing. That's a remarketing company. If you haven't established a name out here as a dealer, sometimes you throw your car through a reputable company and let them sell it for you, basically. And those are typically going to be remarketing companies. So that's probably from another dealer, maybe a wholesale dealer. Let's see what this one is. This is another Play 2 Remarketing. So looks like a lot of these are going to be trade-ins. This one says Hertz on it. Yep, so we're into rental cars again. Interesting. Hertz, Avis budget, Hertz. I'm not all that interested in rental cars, guys. They go for a lot of money. They just do. That's the unfortunate reality, is they're typically relatively new, very low mile vehicles, and they go for money. And because of that, I'm not interested. But also, rental cars typically don't get treated with a whole lot of love and respect So I think I'd rather have cars that belong to people that actually took care of them than to rental car companies where people took them, drove the living crap out of them, and then returned them. Well, I'm not seeing anything that I'm all that interested in. Is this a repossession? I'll bet we're getting into repos. Yeah, we are. Oklahoma Educators Credit Union, smashed up all down the side, not surprised. So we're already into repos. So there's the dealer trade-ins, and those are over now. So now we're into repos. That was quick, and that's what I've been telling you guys really concerns me. It really concerns me that there are so few trade-ins out here, and we're seeing so many repossessions hit this auction. Because if you're seeing it here, you're probably seeing it just about everywhere else as well. So here's Santander. I'm not interested in any of this. Let's walk up this way and see what they've got. I do like that F-150. I know. I'm just gonna look at it just real quick. It's an XLT. It's got the chrome wheels, got a cloth interior, small screen, smells good. No, we're not gonna. Ooh, that had an after smell. That after smell was really bad. It smelled decent, and then suddenly it got really rank. 2017 F-150 with 210,000 miles. How about an A220 Mercedes? No, I'm not interested in an A-Class either. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I had to take a phone call. That was Copart calling me on the results of my 99 Taurus SHO and my 2008 Audi S4. It's just not good, man. It's not good. I think people are afraid of the Audi. I don't blame them. I would be too. They probably think that it's a clunker that somebody's trying to unload, and it's not. Like, the car absolutely runs and drives perfect with no issues. Everything works. But the best bid I got on it was $2,500, and I can't do that. Are you kidding me? $2,500 for a V8 6-speed manual transmission Audi convertible, all-wheel drive? Never gonna happen. Never gonna. For $2,500, I'll keep it. And that's the truth. I will absolutely keep the car before I let it go for $2,500. You know, I'll consider letting it go for 30, maybe 38. And you won't find one cheaper. You won't find one that's anywhere near that nice, especially that sorted out, no leaks, nothing. $3,800. That's the best deal you're going to get on it. I'm not going to come down off that. And then the Taurus SHO, that one's just killing me, man. Like, the top bid was like $1,200, $1,100 or $1,200. Again, that's another car that it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'll come down to 25 on it, but it's a perfectly good running and driving car. There's no way I'm going to let it go for less than $2,500. I paid more than that for it. You know what I mean? There's no way. I think I paid like $4,500 for the Audi, and for the Taurus SHO, I paid $29.95, which I guess I paid too much for it. You know, it is what it is. Learning experience, I guess. Nobody's interested in the Taurus, and nobody's really interested in the Audi. So sucks, but it is what it is. I'm not seeing very much over here that I'm currently interested in. As you can see, it's empty all the way up. So let's get on down to the repo side. We'll take a look and see what's left. But before we do, I literally walked right past this, and because I was a little bit sidetracked and distraught over my low sales prices on my cars, I ignored this. What is this, a 2018 Titan? See, but I just don't know. I've had so many people tell me Tundra, not a Titan. So many people have said that the Titan is not a good truck, and I just don't know. What I do know is there's some gaps on this thing that doesn't make sense. Something's going on here. This hood gap is off. This gap over here, this fender is actually overlapping the door. The paint color doesn't match. It's close, but it doesn't match. Nope. Not gonna happen. I'm gonna walk away from this. I do love that it comes with tow mirrors, though. That's nice. I bet it's really nice on the interior. Sure. Yeah. And it's the Pro 4X. I mean, this is a nice truck. But I'm gonna continue on this direction. All right, repossession time. I mean, most of what we were looking at over the last few minutes have been repossessions, but these are all repossessions. Every single one of them. And, you know, they're a mixed bag. Sometimes maybe you can find a good deal, And other times, well, you're gonna find some really tore up cars that the banks are generally asking too much money for. Here's a Durango. I love the Durango, but if I'm gonna get one, it's gotta be a V8, guys. Can't do the V6. I do like a Durango, but I don't think they have much towing capability. Even if you get the Hemi, I don't think you get a whole lot of, oh, this comes with subs and everything. I don't think you get much towing capability out of a, oh, this isn't even closed, out of a Durango. See, take a look back here. You buy this truck, you get a pair of kickers with it. No amps. They're probably blown. That would be my guess. I sure wouldn't buy it because of the speakers, you know what I mean? This whole thing back here has been taken apart, so who knows what's going on there. Yeah. Oh, you know what I missed? I missed that it was wrecked. I didn't even see that. See, you guys got me, you got me slipping. I'm not even paying attention out here. Let's continue. All right, we're not gonna look. See, watch me walk right past that F-150. Can you believe I'm walking past it? We're not gonna do it. Challenger, I'm thinking, no. It's got hail damage, it's banged up. However, I know you guys are tired of trucks, but could we just take a minute to come over here and look at this beautiful Z71? But real quick, I'll take a look at this 2016 Cadillac with only 75,000 miles on it. This is Santander consumer, so repossession. It's got plastic all over the things here, like somebody really wanted to protect it. That's a good sign. I mean, it looks pretty bad, but it's a good sign because it means that somebody actually really cared about the car. They didn't want it to get torn up. They're probably very proud of this. You got me drunk on your love. Can we turn that off before I get in trouble? Relatively low miles. We have TPMS light, we have a check engine light. That's crazy. 75,000 miles, you already got problems. I mean, I can understand the TPMS light. You know, the batteries go dead in those. But check engine light? It just seems to me that things should last longer than they do. That's all. I feel like things should last a lot longer than they do. VVT, direct injection. Cadillac's done some pretty impressive things with their little turbo 4s. They really have. These little things pack a punch. We test drove one, I don't know, a week or two ago, and yeah, I mean, I'll be the first to admit I was kind of impressed with it. Now, if this was the CTS-V, I'd be all over a test drive on this one, but since it's not all that interested in this one. So moving back into trucks, how about a 2021 Z71 Chevy Silverado with 50,000 miles on the odometer, some Karma off-road wheels with some Land Spider tires. Land Spider. Boy, this, what do you think? This thing's got it's got at least a 4-inch lift, maybe 6. I'll bet it's a 6-inch lift on this. Yeah. I think this is a 6-inch lift. Rover claw, let me guess, rough country. Yeah, rough country. Rough country. You know, they call it rough country for a reason. They ride rough as, yeah. Even on the pavement, they still ride like you're running off-road. There's some damage to this bed back here. Nothing too major, though. There's definitely some pretty good dings down the side. This is a Texas edition. Tires look like they just put them on. I mean, these tires still look practically new. I mean, the truck itself is only 2 years old. What do you think? They went down to Rims and Rubber, financed themselves a set of tires, and then got the truck repossessed. That's not funny, but I mean, legit, that's very likely what happened. Exhaust? No exhaust? Really? All right. You got a couple keys. Turn that down. Turn that down, thank you. Let's turn the air conditioning on. So you got this really nice key right here. I like this. That's a really nice looking key. But then you've also got this key right here. I don't know, I kind of like this one better. It's a truck, you know, it's supposed to be a little more rugged. This looks like, this is too shiny. In fact, does this even go to this? Yeah, this goes to this. Totally different key though. bizarre. So you've got an inverter right there, power outlet right there, SD card, USB-C, USB-A, trailer brake, hill descent control, auto on, auto off, tailgate release, hazards, traction control, and to turn your inverter on and off. No cooled seats on this one. It's got heated seats, but no cooled seats. Of course, the air conditioning works great. Infotainment center up top, and down here is for your air conditioning and heat. Basic buttons on the steering wheel, 4x4, trailer mode, and you have trailer brake controllers on this? Did I miss it? Yeah, right here. I missed it. Trailer brake controller. Relatively clean truck. Seriously, this is gonna go for some money. That's what's gonna happen. This is gonna go for some money. Let's pop the hood. Be willing to bet that's a 5.3 under the hood. And I'll be completely honest with you guys. The 5.3 is it's a good motor. GM makes great motors, minus the displacement on demand. And I know you guys, I'm harping on it. It's a broken record. I get it. But these are wonderful motors. 5.3, 6.2, 4.8. They're all good motors, but the active fuel management kills these things. It's horrible. So I typically avoid these. But this one should still be under warranty, not for long, but for a little bit. Still under warranty. And yeah, it is a 5.3. And I want to make something very clear. I may have to do a dedicated video on this because people don't understand the active fuel management, the DOD. People really don't understand. So many people are commenting saying you're crying about the fuel management, you know, the displacement on demand, when all you got to do is plug in a device and defeat it. No, it doesn't work that way. I know you think it does, and I probably can't change your mind, but I'm going to tell you the facts, and whether you like the facts or not doesn't matter, because facts are facts. They don't change because you're not happy with them. You cannot defeat the active fuel management in this truck. You can't. It's not possible to do simply by plugging in a device to the OBD port. And I know companies are selling them, right? You can buy them everywhere. You can buy them on Amazon. You plug it into the OBD port and it turns off V4 mode, right? You'll see it. It'll stay on V8 mode the whole time. And because of that, you think that you have bypassed the entire AFM on these. Wrong. That is not how it works. Yes, you will keep the engine in V8 mode. So you did bypass it technically, but the reality is all of the components under the hood, the valley cover that actually has oil pressure running through it to activate and deactivate, there's solenoids in there to activate and deactivate the displacement on demand. Those parts are still there. You have 4 lifters that are designed to collapse and then expand. Listen, just because you turned off in the computer the active fuel management doesn't change the fact that all of the mechanical components under the hood that fail are still there. You can't just plug in a device, turn it off, and say, there you go, I'll never have a problem with it. If you don't believe me, look around on Google, look around on YouTube. You will find tons of people that tried to bypass the active fuel management by plugging in a defeat device, and they still had their engines fail. Why? Because the mechanical components fail. The parts that are inside the engine, they will fail. Whether you turn them off or not, the lifters will collapse, and when they do, half the time they get turned sideways, they grind down the camshaft, and you destroy your engine. So I want to make it really clear for the people that don't understand. I think a lot of you do, but a lot of you don't. And it's for those people that are telling me all you got to do is plug in a $100 device and you never have to worry about it again. Wrong. There are a ton of people on YouTube that did that. And within 30, 40,000 miles, they thought they were golden. And instead, they still ended up with a blown engine. In fact, one guy that I watched, he had it happen twice. Twice. The first time it was covered under warranty. The second time they put a new engine in under warranty. So the second time he plugged in that device since new, it still failed. Yeah, the lifters still collapsed, spun around, ate up his camshaft. It still failed. So I'm just telling you guys, the active fuel management is a big deal. I don't talk about it because it's not worth talking about. I talk about it because I want people to know about these problems before they go buying something, spending their hard-earned money on something, and they end up with an engine that's going to cost them $5,000, $6,000, that they can't afford to have fixed. Now, in all fairness, I hate on all of these vehicles equally. I really do. The only ones I can't find any problems with are the newer model Rams. I don't see any problems with those. Even the new Escalades, that's the flagship, man. Cadillac's flagship. Are you kidding me? We looked at one the other day, 14,000 miles out here. The engine was tapping. 14,000 miles with a tapping engine on a $100,000 Escalade. Are you kidding me? Listen, I've been a GM fan my whole life, and it kills me to say the things that I have to say about them because I've always loved General Motors, but the sad truth is they're producing a whole lot of garbage these days. But it's not just General Motors. I kind of went into this love affair with Ford, and then I came to the conclusion, after a lot of research, that Ford isn't any better. Between the cam phasers, timing chain problems, tensioners going bad, these trucks and cars with the EcoBoost, they're really not any better than a Chevy. In fact, they may be worse. You know what an engine costs for one of these? Used for an EcoBoost engine, you're going to be looking at $4,000 to $5,000 easy for a used one. You want a new one? Good luck. A Coyote engine, same deal, $4,000 to $5,000 used, and new, you're looking closer to $10,000. Incredible. It's incredible. And with the amount of problems that these things have with cam phasers, Ford has been having cam phaser problems since the invention of the cam phaser. These problems have always been here, and they're still plagued with the same problems today. Whether you get the Coyote or the 2.7 or the 3.5. Now, I will say this, from the research I've done, it looks like the 2.7 is the most reliable engine out of all of them. Unfortunately, it's also the smallest and least capable engine, but if you're looking for longevity, you might want to consider the 2.7 liter. I think we looked at this last week. Did we? Is this one dead? If I remember right, this one's dead as a doornail. Well, I guess I gotta climb up into this thing. Oh, it takes a key. Yeah, that's right. We looked at this one, and it was dead last week. It's still here, and it's still dead. Guessing they didn't get what they wanted out of it. So, yeah, that's where I'm at, guys. I really do. I'm kind of hating on all of the American vehicles equally here. With that said, I think you can go back to the older days before cam phasers. You know, I really think that's what has destroyed the reliability for everything. It's all of this government regulation to get better fuel economy has absolutely killed the longevity of the American cars. It really has. And I know you're thinking, well, so you're saying imports are better? No, I'm not saying imports are better. Look at Mercedes. All right, those things break every 10,000 miles. All right, I'm not saying imports are any better. I'm simply saying that these regulations to really squeeze every single horsepower that you can get out of these engines, making the engines smaller and smaller, but pushing more and more power, adding turbochargers, superchargers. These emissions regulations have gotten to the point to where, unfortunately, vehicles can't be reliable anymore. There's too many components crammed under the hood of these things for them to really be reliable. Now, I know there's exceptions. There's plenty of people out there that are going to say they never had any problem with their Ford. They've never had any problem with their Chevy. They've had it for 800,000 miles, never had a problem. Good for you. That's great news, but I'm telling you, not only from my own experience, but from a lot of research, unfortunately, these vehicles break pretty regularly, guys. And it's just really sad because there was a time where you could buy a vehicle, it was basic under the hood. You didn't have to have turbochargers and superchargers unless you just wanted to have some performance fun. But even then, they lasted longer. Things were more reliable than they are today. And it's really sad that we are in the place we are today where gasoline engines have been pushed to the point that you just can't get any more power out of them. We have pretty much maxed out the technology available for gasoline engines, for internal combustion engines, and now we're being forced in to accepting electric cars. I don't know about you, but I have no chance ever of being forced into an electric car. Now, with that said, I've had some EVs on the channel because I chose to buy them. I wanted to try them out, and I think they're interesting, they're cool, and I'll probably buy another one sometime, but I'll be damned if you're going to force me to leave gasoline and use EVs only. Not gonna happen. I don't care what I have to pay in penalties or what kind of taxes they charge for it. I will have gasoline cars in my fleet because I want to be able to go to a gas station. When I run out of gas, I want to go to a gas station, spend 3 minutes filling up my tank, and then I want to be able to drive away. I don't want to have to go sit in line at a charging station and then wait for 40 minutes to charge before I can continue my trip. But that's just my opinion. Now, I know I spent quite a bit of time ranting in this video. I apologize. I get on them sometimes, and it's just because it's really disappointing to me to see American cars that aren't so reliable anymore. We used to build great cars, and I think we still could if we weren't being forced to cut down on so many emissions. And I know global warming is a thing and all of that, so I understand, but I mean, sad times. Sad times. Can we get away from turbochargers and superchargers? Can we just go back to making naturally aspirated engines, big, fat, gas-burning engines? Can we just go back to that? No, I don't think we can, because everything's going electric. Listen, sorry for the rant, but I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button, drop your comments down below, and consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Till next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.